Hey there, you just clicked on First Down Punts. Nice move. This is a podcast about football and how it relates to fantasy football. Hope you like what you hear. We're going to get this thing started. Let's get crazy. And welcome in, everyone, to another episode of First Down Punts. I'm your host, Coach Chris. Today, we're going to be going over our starts and sits for the Thanksgiving and Black Friday games. A couple things of note: Joe Burrow will play on Thursday. Josh Jacobs will play on Thursday. Frank Ragnow, the center for the Lions that retired this offseason, has returned. The Seahawks have signed Cam Akers. Just a couple things to note I wanted to get out there. We're going to jump right into these games. The Lions 7-4 take on the Packers 7-3-1. Brock Wright is out, the tight end, the backup tight end. Laporte is already out for the season. Now Brock Wright is out, as well as the replacement center, Graham Glasgow. He is out today for on Thursday for the Thanksgiving Day game. So it's good news that Frank Ragnow's coming back because they're going to need him. I don't think he's playing Thanksgiving, but it's good to have him back on the team. I can tell you that much. And then, like I said, Josh Jacobs will play today, so something to pay attention to. Starts for this game: Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jake Bates on the Lions side, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and Christian Watson on the Packers side. Those are the three guys I'm willing to start from each team without a question. Flex players, I got Jared Goff as a high-end number 2 this week, simply because he's missing pass catchers, hasn't been playing great against the pressure. Gibbs has been doing so damn well that it's taken away from Goff's ability to do anything. So these are all things that, like I said, I'm still flexing Goff. I still got to play him in multiple leagues as a QB2. But if I had a better option, I probably would have looked for it. Granted, Goff's a pretty damn good option as a number 2. J-Mo, willing to flex him still. I know he had the goose egg last week, but he did have 2 big catches that got called back due to penalty. Take those penalties away, J-Mo's got 70 yards on the day on 2 catches. So still willing to flex him, especially with Wright out. Detroit defense, willing to flex them today. They've been playing tough. I know their pass DBs haven't been great, but DJ Reed is back now. Kirby's still out, but they still have Branch. They got Terrion Arnold back. They're getting better. They actually cut a couple of those guys that have been filling in this week. So I'm going to go ahead and say you can flex Detroit's defense if you need a defense this week. On the Packers side, Romeo Doubs, I'm still willing to flex him. He's still involved enough. Green Bay's defense. With that pass rush, I'm sure they're going to get to Goff a couple times. If they can get a turnover, it just makes it that much better. You add in return yards, they could probably have a solid 8 to 12-point day. Sits for this game, David Montgomery. I'm not playing him. He is touchdown dependent right now, not getting enough yards, not getting enough catches. And last week you saw Gibbs just dominated, and that's what the Lions should be doing if they expect to win right now. No, nothing against Monty. Montgomery's one of my favorite players in the NFL, especially on the Lions. I like him when he was on the Bears. That's how much I like him as a running back. But he is not Jahmyr Gibbs. He doesn't have the burst, acceleration, the ability to make people miss tackles. Yeah, he'll run somebody over. And yes, he's still got a useful role on this team, just not for fantasy right now. Isaac Tesla, I would like to see him get more involved. You heard me ranting on him last week. Not willing to start him. Brandon McManus. I drafted this guy in my redraft home league. Ended up having to cut him after a few weeks because he sucked. Then he gets banged up. He misses a game. Not great. He had a really good week last week, but I'm just not willing to trust him yet. And then Dontavian Wicks. I know he's one big play away, but not willing to say you should start him. Sneaky start for this game. Tight end Ross Dwelly, the Lions' third-string tight end. This guy was with San Fran. He had a handful of games when Kittle was out before, when he played for them, where he was successful. I think today could be a Ross Dwelly day, especially with Goff, with that pressure that Parsons and the rest of that D-line can get. If Goff needs a safety net, Ross Dwelly could be that guy. Chiefs 6-5 take on the Cowboys 5-5-1 on the 4:00 game, 4:30 I think it starts at. Chiefs, a miracle win last week in overtime over the Colts. They needed it more than anything. I said they were going to play desperate. That's exactly how they played. Came down to the wire, but they got the win. Cowboys get another win, get to 500. They are 5-5-1. You couldn't be more 500. So starts for this game: Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice. Definitely starting all 3 of them. I think against that pass defense there in Dallas, they could have plenty of success today. On the Cowboys side, starting Dak, starting Javonte Williams, starting George Pickens, starting Brandon Aubrey, the kicker. All those should be in your lineup. Pickens has been killing. He, as I talked about in the preseason when he got traded there, this is a perfect scenario for where he's the number 2, because most number 2 corners can't guard George Pickens. If he's the number 1, it's just too much attention paid to him. Right now, George Pickens is doing a damn thing, and you should have him in your lineup doing a damn thing. Flex players for this game, CeeDee Lamb I got as a flex. Yes, you should still start CeeDee Lamb. Just the point of Pickens has been playing so well against the Eagles or against the Chiefs defense that is tough against pass catchers. I'm still starting CeeDee Lamb. I'm just not expecting a huge day from him today. So, and then Jake Ferguson, the tight end. He's still a starting tight end, guys. I know he's had his ups and downs, but this game, with the Chiefs being better against receivers, Ferguson could be more involved. So go ahead and get him in your lineup if you need a tight end. On the other side, Kansas City's defense, starting them as a flex player. I mean, I'm still starting them. Just Dallas can score points, so not going to say they're going to have a big day. Harrison Butker, get him in your lineup. And Kareem Hunt, he's still the touchdown guy. I know Pacheco is back today, so that's important. But Kareem Hunt, get him in your lineup. He is the touchdown guy. I'm sure Pacheco will have some roles, just not willing to say that he's going to take all the snaps away his first game back from injury. Sits for this game, Isaiah Pacheco, Hollywood Brown. I don't want either of those guys in my lineup. No Jujus or nothing like that. And Dallas defense, put them on the bench, let them sit down today. And then the sneaky start, Xavier Worthy. Worthy has not been super involved, but I think this is a game against the Dallas DBs that he could get a deep one, maybe two, and have a huge day for them. Ravens 6-5 versus the Bengals 3-8. The Bengals are in desperation mode. No T. Higgins this week with a concussion. Jamar Chase is back from suspension. Joe Burrow is back from injury. So you're telling me there's a chance. That's how I look at that. The Ravens have won 5 straight. And starts for this game, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, get them in your lineup. The Bengals are terrible against tight ends. You saw it last week with Hunter Henry. They knew what the game plan was, and they still couldn't stop it. So Mark Andrews, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown today. Derrick Henry, obviously you want him in your lineup against this run defense. And Tyler Luke, the kicker there in Baltimore, yes. On the other side, Joe Burrow, I'm starting him. First game back, I don't care. Joe Burrow is the type of talent that if he's available, I want him in my lineup. Jamar Chase, yes, he's going to be pissed, and he's going to be just him out there because T. Higgins is out. And then Chase Brown, absolutely. He once Flacco got there, he got back to being that valuable running back, and that's what you're looking for. Flex players for this game. Mike Gesicki, get him in your tight end lineup if you need a blow-up game possibility. If you're trying to come back or trying to overcome something, Mike Gesicki could be that guy. Andre Yosevas, he did well enough last week that I'm willing to start him again in a flex spot if I need a wide receiver. And Evan McPherson, the kicker for Bengals. Go ahead and start him if you need a kicker. I'm sure he'll have some opportunities in this game, and he's a damn good kicker. On the other side, Zay Flowers is a flex player. Not saying you have to start him, but I'm flexing Zay Flowers more times than not, unless I got deep receivers. Rashad Bateman, he will be back today, and he has been, to me, that's the missing element of this offense right now. I've talked about the last couple of weeks. With him being such a deep speed guy downfield, a deep ball player, it stretches that field out for the defense. And against that Bengals defense, that should be real easy to stretch out. So Bateman is definitely a possibility of catching the deep one today. And in Baltimore defense, I think that although probably not going to shut down the Bengals, they should have some opportunities to get some sacks. The Bengals offensive line, while playing better when Flacco was in there, that was part of Flacco's ability to get rid of the ball quick. Burrow has a tendency to hold on to it at sometimes. So Baltimore could get home today. Since for this game, Cincinnati defense and Noah Fant. I was a big Noah Fant guy while Gesicki was out. Gesicki's back. Noah Fant, get out of here. And then on the other side, Keaton Mitchell, the backup. Justice Hill is out again, so Keaton Mitchell will be the number 2 running back. He could get involved, but I'm not going to trust that. I think Baltimore's still trying to get in their rhythm right now. And then DeAndre Hopkins just hasn't been involved enough. Even last couple of weeks with Bateman out, 2 catches, nothing important, nothing worthy of it. Sneaky start for this game, though, Isaiah Likely. I haven't been a big Likely guy all year since he's been back, but with like I said, the way the Bengals are terrible, how terrible the Bengals are against tight ends, I would definitely be willing to start Likely and Andrews in this game as flex guys. So something to pay attention to. Our last game on Black Friday, our Black Friday game, the Bears 8-3 take on the Eagles, who are 8-3. This is a huge game in the NFC. Period. Huge game in the NFC North, especially if the Lions or the Packers win. They're going to move up, in positioning in the division. But for the Eagles and the Bears could be a top seed right now if they get this win. I don't think they're going to, but I can't say they're not. They've been working with some magic this year. Ben Johnson's got them more involved or more engaged in the offense is what it looks like. Like they're understanding it more, a better comprehension. That's usually what happens. You start off rough and then you get going. Well, right now they're getting going. And while not perfect, like they're not executing just top notch, they are putting themselves in positions to win games. So if their defense can do anything, granted, linebacker injuries, say cornerback injuries, it's going to be tough for the Bears. That's why I feel like the Eagles are going to get this win. Could be a slow, methodical game where they just run it 25,000 times and hardly pass. So, but starts for this game: Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Dallas Goedert. I told you those are the three I'm willing to trust every week. Goddard's had a couple down games because A.J. Brown's had a couple big games, but still willing to start Goddard. DeAndre Swift, definitely going to start him. Yes, Monangai's been more involved, but DeAndre Swift's still the pass-catching back, and if they get down, Swift will be that guy getting those catches. And Cairo Santos, the kicker, there we go, for Chicago. Those are the two I'm willing to start, no questions asked, is DeAndre Swift and Cairo Santos. Not to mention Swift played for the Eagles a couple years ago. Could be a little bit of a revenge game. Flex players, Caleb Williams. I think he's going to have a down game here. Not say he's going to have a terrible game, not no 125 and 3 picks, nothing like that, but just not expecting a huge day from him. I think this is going to be a hard-fought, low-scoring game if that's the case. If not, the Eagles will probably end up winning big. Those are the two options to me. I don't see the Bears winning this game unless it's a tight game coming down to the wire and Caleb can make a few plays. So, but flex players, like I said, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, Colston Loveland, and Rome Odunze. I almost want to say start Rome Odunze just because of DB issues that the Eagles have had, but they've gotten better. And yes, their safeties are banged up. I'm not sure if Reed Blankenship's playing or not. I don't think he is. So they could be missing both of those starting safeties, but they're still a good defense, and that front four is impeccable, man. So Philly defense on the flex players. Philly defense, yes, I think the Bears will be able to score, just not score 35 or something. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I've said this all season, basically since like week 5. They're basically low number 2s, high number 3s. It's kind of what are your other options? But A.J. Brown's been playing really solid. Devontae Smith dealt with some personal stuff. He flew on his own last week to the game. Hopefully he's a week removed for that. He can get more involved. And if the Bears start to score points, the Eagles are going to have to pass. So I think they're both worthy of putting in, like I said, low-end number 2, high-end number 3 type players. And then Jake Elliott, the kicker there in Philly, I think he'll have plenty of opportunities in this game. Sits for this game, Chicago's defense with all those injuries. Granted, last week the Vikings didn't take advantage of that. I believe the Eagles will know how to. So that's why I'm big on Goddard, too, of being a full-time starter is because those linebacker injuries, that's Goddard's field, man. He's going to be working all over across the middle. Monangai, I don't want to start him this week just because I think the Eagles are going to be up and it's going to be more of a pass-catching game than a rushing game for Monangai to be involved. Cole Kmet, Loveland's just been out playing him the majority of the games over the last handful of weeks. He's missed a game, all that good stuff. So I'm just not willing to put him in there. And then all other Eagles pass catchers, I don't really want to do nothing with Dotson or any of the other wide receivers or tight ends. No Will Shipley, no Tank Bigsby. No, I'm not willing to start any of those. A sneaky start for this game, though, Luther Burden III. He's been getting more and more involved. Some people might want to sit him because they're playing the Eagles defense, but I think Luther Burden could be the key to the Bears winning today. They start using him kind of like how they're using DJ Moore a little bit. I mean, if DJ Moore has a good day, great, but I'm not looking for that from DJ Moore. I think he's a worthy flex player. He could have a solid day. I think Luther Burden could be the sneaky weapon in this game. So other than that, guys, hope you good luck today. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Everybody enjoy their time with their families or watching football or doing whatever you do. If you don't celebrate, enjoy your Thursday. But other than that, guys, we're going to get out of here. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're watching. Till next time, I'm out. First down, Punts! Have a good day!